Are you trying to renew your Taiwanese passport outside of Taiwan? Well, today I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to renew your Taiwanese passport overseas. I went through this process a couple months ago and it was so complicated and there's so many different resources online. So as a disclaimer, I renewed mine with this process in 2021. If it's a year from now, 2 years from now, even a couple months from now, please call your local embassy and yeah. The thing I want you guys to do is go on a Google search and type in Taiwan embassy and a large city near you where there will be a Taiwanese embassy. Call them and ask them what the process is to renew a Taiwanese passport overseas, because the process may change, although it really hasn't for the longest time. And then just to make sure that everything that I'm telling you in this video is still valid, I want you guys to check with the embassy, okay? Okay, cool. I also called the embassy a couple months ago and it was a super long process. The person that picked up the phone could not speak English. That in mind, you might have to be able to speak Mandarin Chinese, and if you can't, then ask someone to help you. So here are all the items that you're going to need for renewing your Taiwanese passport. You're going to need to complete a application form, and I'll leave the link down below for the application form that the embassy led me to. If there's an updated one, you guys should call the embassy. And then you have to have 2 passport photos. You have to submit your old Taiwanese passport. They will return it to you. If you don't have it or if you can't find it, you have to follow another process and call the embassy for that. You also have to submit a copy of your other passports. So if you're an American citizen, Canadian citizen, Australian citizen, you have to submit a photocopy with color. And then you also have to submit a copy of your driver's license as well as a check for $45. And you will have to include a prepaid return stamp for them to mail it back to you in a secure way. So the way that I packaged it was I went to UPS, I put in all the information. So the application form, the check, the passport, photocopy of my passport, the photocopy of my driver's license, and then I asked them to include a return slip, a prepaid return slip. Some people even say you have to include the envelope. I didn't include the actual envelope, and then I made sure it was like priority shipping with some sort of insurance and tracking. So yeah, those are all the items that you need to renew your Taiwanese passport. If you are missing any items, they will reach out to you. So when you're about to mail out your application form, you go onto the Taiwan Embassy website and you fill out your information there and you let them know that you're about to send in your passport for renewal. There, they're going to take down your information like your phone number, your email, etc. And they'll notify you via email when they receive your passport and when they're working on it and when they mail it back to you. So you know exactly where you are in the process and you're able to keep track of it. Just for transparency, I actually waited about a month to a month and a half to get mine back. So it wasn't that long, and I received email notifications for everything, like when they received it, as well as when they completed it, as well as when they mailed it back. And then I also had UPS, so I was able to track my package and know exactly when I was going to get it back. So now I'm going to move over here. This is what the application form looks like. It is completely in Chinese, so you have to be able to read Chinese to be able to fill it out. I'm not going to screen share or anything. I'm just going to keep this photo up, but I have my laptop next to me and I'm going to talk you guys through exactly what the information is that you guys need. The link for this form will be in the description box down below, so just click on it. It's a PDF. And then if you can't read Mandarin, just like match characters or something. Or you can download like those apps that you can like translate characters for you. But I'm just gonna walk through the numbers and just try to translate everything right now. So the top section, there's an area for you to put your passport photo. You don't need to glue your passport photo to this, just paper clip them or just have them nearby because they're gonna need to scan them anyways. And then the boxes to the right of the photo area is the do not write in this area section. This is like the for office use section. So if we go down and we look at number 1, for number 1, the section is called your name, and the top box is your Chinese name and the bottom box is your foreigner name, so your English name, and the bottom on the bottom of that is your other name. So if you have any other name, you put that on the bottom box. So top box, Chinese name, middle box, English name, and then bottom box, any other name you may have. So number 2 is your birthplace. There's 2 sections that you can fill out this information. There's like a left side with a semicolon and a right side with a semicolon. The left side is if you're born in Taiwan, and the right side is if you're born outside of Taiwan. So if you're born outside of Taiwan, you'll fill out just the right semicolon area, and that would be either USA or Australia, etc. If you're born in Taiwan, then you would fill out the semicolon section on the left side of number 2. Number 3 is the day you were born. You're going to start with the year, and then the month, and then the date. Number 4 is gender, so male or female. The left side is male, the right side is female. So the top of number 5 is one of the ID numbers. You can find this on your passport, and the bottom of number 5 is your household registration number. If you guys don't have this, then you can leave it blank. Number 6 is whether you have a Republic of China passport. So if you have a Taiwanese passport, the answer would be yes, which would be the left checkbox. And then number 7 would be the passport information for your Taiwanese passport. The top box is your passport number. The box below that is the date that it was issued. The box below that is the date that it expired on. And these are all in the format of year, month, and then date. And then the box below that is the office at which it was issued. So all this information can be found on your actual Taiwanese passport if you guys have it on hand with you, which you definitely should if you're going to be renewing your passport. It's really easy to find. You can just match the characters and you'll be able to find it, or if you can just read it, then you can just find it like that. So now we're going to move to the right half of the form. So for number 8, the box on the top is the most important. The box on the top is your foreign nationalities outside of Taiwan. So if you have one, you would check the box on the right, and you would list out the countries in the line next to it. The bottom 2 are regarding visas, so if you have any visas, you'll list out the countries for that. The 4th box is if you have any visas, to list out the visa numbers. So the 5th box of number 8 is where your document was issued, and then the 6th box is when it was issued, and the 7th box is when it expired, and it's again in year, month, and then date. So number 9 is about your contact information. The top box is your mailing address, and the bottom address is your phone number, and then the box below that is, I think it's like a fax number or like a pager number, I'm not that sure. So number 10 is your contact in Taiwan. If you have one, you can fill it out. If you don't have one, you'll just check the box which is no. On the sliver of number 10, there's a top box which is yes, I have someone, and the bottom box is no, I don't have anyone. The first box on the top is the name of the person, that is your contact. The second box is their address in Taiwan. The third box is their phone number, and then their 4th box is their like pager or fax number or something like that. So that is like the bulk of the information and the application that you need to fill out. The second page has some extra boxes for like additional information. So the first box, so this is like way more complicated Chinese than I really know. But I think the first box is regarding if you're applying for a Taiwanese passport, to list out like your parents' citizenship information. But you'll have to call them and ask them about that. If you're renewing your passport, I don't think you need to bother with this box. And then the box below is if you're marrying someone who's a Taiwanese citizen and you're trying to obtain citizenship through that, then you would fill out the second box. But again, if you're renewing your passport that you already have, I don't think you need to fill out this box either. So for number 11, this is the signatures box. So you're just gonna want to sign on the first line of number 11 if you're an adult. The second line, I don't know what that is, but I left that blank. And then the bottom box is if you're a child, there's a line for your dad to sign, your mom to sign, and then I think guardian to sign. And then number 12 is if you are submitting this application on behalf of someone else, so to fill out the information from there. But hopefully you're doing this on your own. So guys, that was the entire process on how to fill out the application form. If you guys have any questions, call the embassy. Call the embassy. Yeah, don't ask me in the comments down below because I probably am not going to know. Just to remind you guys, you're going to need 2 passport photos. You can find like the dimensions and specs on the embassy website, or you can just go to any Walgreens. It's the same passport photo specs as any other regular passport photo. There are some rules that you need to follow, like your whole face needs to be shown, your ears need to be shown, your hair needs to be behind your shoulders like this, and yeah, you can't wear that much makeup, etc. etc. There's like a lot of rules, so bear that in mind. You need to have the check, have the application form, have your old Taiwanese passport that expired, as well as copies of your driver's license and your foreign passport, like your US or European passport, and then as well as a prepaid slip to return the renewed passport for you. And yeah, so just keep in mind that the process can be long just because there's a lot of people doing it these days, so it can take up to 2 to 3 months, but mine only took a month and a half. So hopefully, fingers crossed, yours goes pretty quickly too. So if you guys have any questions, call your local embassy. If you think it's something that I can answer, like something really simple, you can DM me on Instagram or you can comment down below. If you thought this video was helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!